Something to eat, John.
Alright, so I have it looks like I have a few people, so I'm gonna go ahead and get started. My name is Michael, and just for consistency's sake, I'm gonna go ahead and do this stream over again. We just finished, and now we're gonna hop back into part two. If you stuck around for the last one, I wasn't getting any of my desktop audio. So I'm going to take a look at John Kennelly Part 2, and now hopefully you guys should be able to hear everything. So I'm going to go ahead and hit play, and let me know how the audio is, you guys. I'd appreciate it.
Wait a minute, so let me get this straight. So they're talking about a meeting?
Nobody has ever gone through what that man went through when he got to this house. But now this is just amazing.
Hey, Bunky, thanks for stopping by. And, you know, we'll go back real quick.
Gone through what that man went through when he got to this house. But now this is...
Yeah, Frigid, we're doing it again just for consistency's sake. Please let me know. You guys should be able to hear it now. But I'll throw both of these John Kennelly parts into a playlist, so yeah, we're just, hey, part two, you guys, we're going again. Just like we've been getting aftershocks, you know, you always get a big video, or you always get one video and then another one after it. So let's jump into this.
Just amazing.
This guy leaves our house, shirtless, holding most of his clothes. And less than 24 hours later, there he is in a chat.
Holding most of his clothes, but luckily he was already wearing his socks. Oh, that's great. Hey, Frigid Joey, thanks for stopping by and hanging out again, you guys. I appreciate it.
Trying to make a date with another young teenage boy. We couldn't believe it, but it was the same screen name, same everything. So the decoy made a date, and they agreed to meet at a nearby fast food restaurant. We move into position. He walks out of the restaurant, and we're there waiting for him. I remember exactly what I said. I have been in television for 24 years.
I just came to get something to eat.
And I have very seldom been at a loss for words.
Two iconic TCAP quotes, one right after the other. So great. I've been in television for 22 years, and I have seldom been at a loss for words. Oh, wow. That is great. Immediately, you know, cut off with a, I just came to get something to eat. Excuse me. Alright.
Sir, I just came to get something to eat.
But I don't even know what to ask you first.
I just came to get something to eat.
John.
We've been through this.
We've been through this before. What are you doing? I've got the chat log again.
I've got the chat log again. And you'd think maybe that line would maybe have some sort of impact on Kennelly, but it really doesn't. Like we just saw moments ago when you guys couldn't hear the audio, you know, sorry, like Frag said, This is just amazing. You know, obviously what John Kennelly was wanting to do isn't amazing, but the fact that they got it the very next day, incredible, absolutely incredible. Hey boo, I'm outside. Hey Big Salmon, thanks for stopping by. And please, can someone let me know? You guys are able to hear this, right?
You're chatting up another 13-year-old kid, and you're going to meet him here at McDonald's. You identify yourself, you call yourself Shane this time. You ask him a series of
Frigid, one of my pipes broke too. Oh, different kind of pipe. Never mind. But yeah, I had a pipe that broke. Oh no.
Personal sexual questions. Is that appropriate talk to be having with someone you think is a 13-year-old boy? No. Last night, you walked into a home.
Last night, you walked into a home in suburban Washington, naked. Oh, that is so great.
Naked, hoping to meet a 13-year-old. You said you were sorry. It was the first time you'd ever done it. You admitted it was wrong.
Yes, I did.
You left.
Yes, I did, sir.
And within 24 hours, you're back on.
He said it, you know, yesterday John said it was the first time he'd ever done it. But my question to you guys is, let's say, or you know what, this isn't even a question. I was going to say, let's say another predator watchdog group went out and confronted John. He'd probably say the same shit to them, that it was his first time, he'd never do it again. You know.
On the internet chatting up another 13-year-old kid? What is going on? What do you have to say for yourself?
I don't have anything to say for myself.
Well, you should say something, don't you think? I mean, what?
Oh, and right here, we're able to get a really good view of it. 8 minutes, 11 seconds. John Kennelly's little stud earring in that massive earlobe. You know, I bet if I... Oh.
What are we to think you're going to do next? Last night, you walk into a house in suburban Washington, naked, with a 12-pack of beer, hoping to meet a 13-year-old boy. Yes or no?
Yes.
Okay. Today, you're on the internet again. You have an...
Oh, Big Salmon, totally. Hell yeah, it's the Predator's mantra. It was my first time. Every single person that I think I've looked at on this channel has said that. It's the go-to. And before I forget, like I had said earlier, there's the channel link, but here's a new TCAPist, you guys, who's making some videos. He has a Jesse Velez video and a John Dupay video out currently. Great stuff. And how could you go wrong with someone like John Dupay?
Inappropriate conversation with a boy you think is 13, and
I'll throw that link in the description as well.
you set up a meeting here at this fast food restaurant. What was your intention?
I don't know.
Don't you think you need some help?
Mike, we talked about clobbering time. Hey, thanks for stopping by. Michael, we talked about this 24 hours ago. You were having a sexually charged live stream. Now you're here, doing it again. Oh, jeez. Yeah, clobbering, thanks for stopping by.
Seeing a psychiatrist.
Do you see why I was skeptical last night when you said...
When you get those...
No, I can't,
Oh,
John.
man. I have to go back because John Kennelly's little outburst right here. So great. It's so funny to see him get upset.
Do you see why I was skeptical last night when you said...
When you get those...
No, I can't, John. I can't do that. That's their job, is to record...
I'm honestly surprised John Kennelly isn't a vampire with those sunken-in eyes. able to stand in this sunlight. So crazy.
Video and audio. Now you put yourself in this position, so don't get tough with that. Do you see why I was skeptical last night when you said it was the very first time you'd ever done something like that?
It was, though.
Now I want to ask you guys. My answer is no way. Do you guys think John Kennelly's first time was him showing up naked to that suburban Washington house? Oh, jeez, I have everybody stopping by today. Wine Lover, thank you so much for stopping by. Thought you were all wrapped up, Michael. So schedule the stream. Oh, excuse me, Winnie. I'm so sorry. My stream just a bit ago. I wasn't capturing the desktop audio. I apologize.
How can I believe that?
Heisenberg! Oh my... Oh God! Thank you so much, precious princesses. I like calling you my little baby girls, too. To the 9 people that have stopped by, I appreciate it so much.
And how do we know that you're not going to go out tomorrow or the next day or the next day or the next day and do this again?
I promise you I won't.
You see something so extreme, a guy show up naked and then come back the next day, you realize, and you...
Right there, we get a little bit of that, that Chris... I almost don't even know what to call it. His little newscaster accent. Let's go back just a second. These guys, you begin to realize... Oh my God, it absolutely kills me.
Up naked and then come back the next day. You realize, and you get a better understanding of how strong these addictions, these compulsions can be. And they develop online. First, perhaps porn sites, chat rooms.
Totally.
But ultimately, that isn't enough to satisfy some of these guys. And that's when you see them, I think, take these extreme measures. And
like I had said just a bit ago, I love this shot right here of Chris with just surrounded by John Kennelly. So great.
Risk so much to actually have a face-to-face meeting. What are you going to do?
I'm going to call my psychiatrist.
How long have you been seeing a psychiatrist?
A little over a year.
A little over a year? And why were you seeing him?
And I had just mentioned this a bit ago before I came back for part 2 of John Kennelly, but for the average person, having some sort of family breakdown could be a reason to go see a psychiatrist. And John Kennelly, he could very well have had a family breakdown, but 2 things. One, that is not why... He's not getting the right help that he needs from that psychiatrist. They're probably going over his family issues, this and that, but they're not hitting the core problem that John Kennelly has.
Because I had a family breakdown.
Meaning what exactly?
I had a death in my family, and I never handled it well.
And is that what you attribute this sort of...
Yeah, and like Frigid says, we're still having plenty of aftershocks up here. It's pretty freaky. We haven't had the strongest aftershock I think I really felt was immediately after that big 7.0 hit. Hey Rowdy, thanks for stopping by. I appreciate it. But yeah, for everybody that didn't hear, I had just clocked off of work. I work in, you know, a grocery department kind of store. And glass, breaking everywhere, people screaming, people crying. It was pretty intense. Maybe in one of these videos I can show the photos that I have. There's some pretty crazy damage up here.
Behavior too?
I'm guessing, yeah.
That sounds like a cop.
But it's not though.
What happens if you really did meet a 13-year-old boy? What happens?
I don't know.
I don't know?
Oh, goodness. And I pointed this out as well, but let's take a step back just a second and really listen to what John just said and look at him while he says it.
You really did meet a 13-year-old boy. What happens?
I don't know.
I don't know? It's
A shrug and I don't know. I have been on YouTube for 2 months and I have rarely been at a loss for words.
illegal to have a talk on the internet with a minor with intent to have sex with that minor. You've done it twice in 2 days that we know of.
And you can really tell that John Kennelly, he doesn't give a shit about the situation that he's in. This entire time he's just kind of been looking around all willy-nilly. It's crazy.
That's a federal offense. You can go to prison for it. Do you know that?
Yes.
Then why do you do it?
I need help, and that's what I'm seeing a psychiatrist for.
And you're going to find help here at McDonald's?
No.
You're going to find help from a 13-year-old boy?
No.
I'm surprised he actually said McDonald's right here, not fast food restaurant. Oh, Heisenberg McDonald's foot lettuce. Here, let me see. Number 15. McDonald's foot lettuce. Burger King foot lettuce is the meme, if any of you guys don't know. Oh, it's so funny.
Experts in the field, after hearing all this, are going to likely suggest that last night wasn't your first time and today isn't your second time, that you've been doing this for a very long time, John.
And what Chris said right there, totally true. I do believe John Kennelly had been doing this a very long time. And the scary thing is, the odds are in his favor to not get caught. And he got caught once. The odds of him getting caught a second time, may have been even slimmer. But luckily, Chris and them were there, to get him.
No, I haven't.
Do you understand why that's hard for me to believe? I mean, is there any reason for us to think that you won't just go ahead and do this again tomorrow?
I got 2 appointments with my psychiatrist tomorrow.
What about today? You don't seem that busy.
Are double appointments in the same day with a psychiatrist a thing? I really do not think he had a double appointment with his psychiatrist, but
Today?
That's why I'm going to go home and call him.
You consider yourself a predator?
I don't know.
You don't know. Is there anything?
And also, it's pretty surreal that John Kennelly's answer to that question was, I don't know, after the previous day he had just tried to go see another underage child.
Anything else you want to say?
No, sir.
And like I said before, let me go back a sec. Chris turning right here. Oh, he just cracks me up.
Anything else you want to say?
No, sir.
Icon right there. Oh, that is so great. And Baked Salmon had just said the icing on this whole cake is just his untied shoes.
And he walks off, shoes untied, gets
Wow.
into his pickup truck, and drives off. And I'm thinking, I just can't believe what I've just seen. When we started these investigations, you know, the goal was to understand what goes on in these guys' minds that makes them think it's okay to show up at a house where a young teen is alone.
I think the rest of this, the rest of this is just Chris and some final things. Hey, to the 11 people that stopped by for this part 2 of the part 2, I appreciate it. Thank you so much. Clobbering time. Chris was legit pissed in Kennelly. Oh, totally. You can hear it in a lot of those questions that Chris had been asking him. Then why don't you do... Or then... What did Chris say? Then why do you do it? You know? Very direct, very... You know... With the way he was speaking. And I don't blame him. Baked salmon. By the way, viewing on my phone, tried scrolling and somehow made Wine Lovers comment hidden. Hey, no worries. We're all here just hanging out. Again, thank you everybody so much for stopping by. I think Winnie said that she'll be streaming soon. If she wants to plug that real quick. If it's on her channel or not, everybody go tune into Winnie. And like I said earlier, I'm going to put it in the description of this video. That new TCAP is. Go show some love over on his channel. Again, there's the link in the chat. A Jesse Velez video and a John Dupay, and you can't go wrong. You can't go wrong. Anyways, to Frigid, have a safe night. Stay safe. To everyone else, have a safe night as well. Thank you, precious princesses. I like calling you my baby girl, too. Delete your archives. I don't want you to get grounded from your computer. Please hit that like button and turn on the notification bell. Bye, precious!